Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakal Kadash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, pushing his truth across the four winds. I'm about to go on this topic about this devil being in the Most High's trick bag, man. And these other nations, all right? They think that they have us in derision and they count our lives less than nothing. All right, because they're lording over us. When you go in every ghetto in America, you got these dogs licking our sores, these other nations in the corner stores, in the hair stores, and they're squeezing us dry. All right, licking our sores in a position of power over our people. These gooks, East Indians, Hamites, just all the nations of the sun. They make their money off of the children of Israel. You don't basically see businesses of East Indians and gooks and Hamites just thriving in America, making money off of Esau. For the most part, you don't. They either got a corner store, a hair store, a nail salon, all right, something that they have to make money off the so-called Negroes and Native Americans and Latin-speaking people of the earth. That's how they make their money, all right? Straight up and down. And then you got the our arch nemesis, the so-called white man, the Hebrew Edomite, all right? He's built a whole nation off of the backs of you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth, all right? The southern part of America was the land of Issachar, land of Mexico, okay? The British, when the scriptures say in Genesis the 49th chapter that Issachar will be between two burdens, that was talking about the Spanish-America War. And at the same time they was fighting the Spanish-American War, they had the British hitting them from the southern part, and they had America coming at their ass from the northern. All right, so they was fighting the British and the Norman in America, the two greatest military powers of their time at the same time. Okay, and the Most High sent them against us. All right, and the Most High used them as a whooping stick, but the Most High have them in a trick bag, man. He's raised up the basis of men to rule for only a season, man. Let me get that. Revelation chapter 20, around verse 6 or 7, one of them. All right. We'll read verse 7. I'm going to start at 6. Revelation 26. Blessed and holy is he that have his part in the first resurrection. No, that's the brothers that get delivered from America and the missiles. On such the second death have no power, and that's the missiles, all right? That's the lake of fire. But they shall be priests of Yahweh and of the anointed, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, all right, now, that's not the same 1,000 years, all right? This 1,000 years right now, we just went back a whole nother age. When they say the 1,000 years expired, that's talking about during the so-called dark ages when we ruled. All right, we ruled from the fall of the Roman Empire to the start of the Roman Catholic Church. All right, that was 1,000 years. Okay, and so a Revelation jumps to different time periods. Revelation 20. So this is talking about when we fell out of power during the Renaissance period. Okay, and Satan shall be loosed for his prison out of his prison. All right, now we're living in that time right now. Okay, when he shall deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together for battle, the number to whom is the sand of the sea. All right, and I'm gonna go back up to 3. This is what I really should have got. And he cast him into the bottomless pit, all right, Europe, and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. All right. And that's what we're living in right now, where this devil spreading himself like a green bay tree, thinking he's ruling, thinking no one could take him down. His pride has deceived him, This is only for a little season. He's in the Most High's trick bag, okay? He's at the height of his power right now. He got thousands of nuclear missiles in his arsenal. Then when you go down to his arsenal on lower levels, man, he got all type of laser beams, sonic booms. This guy has all type of technology. All right. Gases that he can unleash, bacterials. He can put in airborne pathogens. He can put in the air to just devour and kill. Okay. So he's at the height of his power. All right. Living with that great sword you read about in Revelation the 6th chapter, all right? But it's only for a small season. And the Most High raised him up to discipline the sons of Yahasharallah for disobedience. And let me go to Deuteronomy 28 and 48. And it reads, therefore, shall thou serve thine enemies which Yahweh has sinned against thee. See, the Most High has raised up this devil, the Lord, over us. He raised up the Greeks, the Romans, to put us in the submission, all right? This devil with the great teeth that you read about in Daniel's 7th chapter, all right? That which represents hardcore bondage, all right? The Most High has sent him against us, all right? In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. There's nothing you could do in this society without going to the so-called white man. If you want garments, clothes, water, food, whatever, you have to go to him. You got to go to Walmart. If you want to get the seed, oh, I could do it myself. Nah, motherfucker, you talking about you living yourself, you got to go get the seeds from him. All right? Anything you need in this life, you have to go to him in want of everything. All right, I'm doing things myself. You got to go get the shovels and the axes from him. If you talking about you gonna go in the woods and you got your plot of land, all right, every acre on America is documented. So even if you got your own land, you still got to go to him to buy it. All right, you still got to pay the taxes to him on it. In one of all things, you have to go to this devil, no matter what it is, man. And you niggas that talk that shit, as soon as they get sick, they go to the fucking hospital, man. Okay? And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And our people are destroyed, man. All right? And that's talking about destroying us mentally. All right? Our people, the breath of life is not in the majority, 2/3 of our people, man. They don't understand the law of the Lord. All right? Because what the scriptures say, this devil changed ordinances, laws, and times, man. All right. So he's taken the breath of life out of our people and replaced it with the breath of death. Not even a breath, because you're not breathing if you're dead. All right. He's put a covering cast on the planet and made the people abominable like him. All right. Which is death. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue you shall not understand. All right. When this devil came and got us from the southern coast of Africa, we wasn't speaking English. Okay. All right. When we was in the Ivory Coast of Africa and Timbuktu and Mali and Zimbabwe and Ghana. All right. Up there in Leptis Magna in North America, where Septimius Severus come from, which is modern day, I don't want to vain jangle, almost either Carthage is modern day Tunisia or Leptis Magna is modern day Tunisia, one of them. Even up there in Carthage, those was Israelites in contrast to popular belief, man. All right. That's where he came getting us from, all throughout the interiors of the land of Ham. Okay. All right. And we wasn't speaking his abominable tongue. All right. We wasn't speaking Latin. We wasn't speaking Greek. We wasn't speaking Portuguese and English and all that shit that the Spaniards, all right, when he went and got our people, the Soto and the Conquistadors and Amerigo Vespucci and Magellan, all of these motherfucking devils. Our people wasn't speaking the tongue of these devils, okay? A nation of fierce conscience which shall not regard the person of old or show favor to the young. And when you read the history, man, and you do the research, they used to pull the babies out of pregnant women, rip them open. All right. When they'll keep an elderly person in the cotton field and made them pick cotton until they literally died. All right. They didn't give a fuck how old or young you were. They was put great rigor on you with no mercy. All right. And they're going to reap what they've sown. All right. Although they're the Most High's whipping stick, he's still going to get their ass for what they did us because he hates their asses. All right. This is what's Zachariah 1:15, and it reads, and I am sore displeased with the heathen that are these. Are these heathens are these? They're prideful, they're arrogant, man. All right. They walk away speaking lawfully and speaking weakly against about oppression, man. All right. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward their affliction. All right. Okay. They went overboard. Yahweh Shema Shai sent them to be a whooping stick on us, but they went overboard, man. They started becoming mad scientists on us, injecting us with syphilis, AIDS, okay, pumping drugs in the community. All right. In every captivity we were in, all right, the Persians, the Babylonian, the Assyrian, all right, the few years Moab had got us, I think we was under the Moabites for about 14 years, something like that. All right. The Midianites was vexing us. The Philistines was vexing. All right. The Syrians, so on and so forth. All right. They never took away our nationality. They never took away our language. We always knew our customs. We always knew our culture. All right. But when this devil came against us, he mind fucked our minds, man. All right. He took that breath of life totally away from us. He went overboard. And then if you were found keeping your customs, your culture, found trying to live according to the scriptures, he'll have you put to death. So he went overboard for the affliction, just putting us in chains and beating us and putting us in hardcore slavery wasn't enough for him, man. He wanted us to have his mind and think like him and be abominable like him. All right. Therefore, saith Yahweh, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. So if Yahweh Shema Shai is going to return to the people of Jerusalem with mercies, what's going to happen to the people that's over them? Okay. What's going to happen to the people that's up in heaven? All right, ruling. My house shall be built in it, saith Yahweh, and a line shall be stretched forth upon the Jerusalem. And his house is being built right now. It's lively stones. It's a spiritual house, okay? Not a physical house. You devils that have us in derision are going to build the physical Jerusalem up, all right? But this spiritual house is building, this house without hands is the men of the Lord pushing this truth, blowing the breath of life into this exceeding army that's standing up on their feet, man. Okay? All right? The breath of life is the truth of the spirit, the scriptures, the spirit of truth, man. All right? Understanding the scriptures, rightly dividing the scriptures, and eating these scriptures and living these scriptures. That's how the house of Yahweh Shema Shai is getting built up. It's a spiritual house, man. Lively stones. Okay? And for the Most High to do that, what does he have to do? He has to take down the people that's ruling over us. All right? They're in a trick bag. All right? They speak loftily as it pertains to oppression. Let me get that. Matter of fact, I got another one. This is what is scripture about? They speak loftily concerning oppression. All right. This is Zachariah 11:5. All right. I'm gonna start at verse 4. Thus saith Yahweh my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right. So for the Most High to have tender mercies over us, he got to get rid of our possessors. All right. Our colonizers, the slave masters, so on and so forth. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. All right. And that's what puts him in the trick bag. He think the Most High is not compassionate towards us no more. They don't understand that he said, I'm going to bring forth a remnant of my people. I'm going to put to the side and I'm going to keep them holy. What he told Elijah, I got 7,000 men that have not bowed before Baal. And that's talking about the 144,000, man. All right. So the Most High has this devil in a fucking trick bag. Okay? That big, you know, they got that saying, man, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. The Most High letting that bitch get big. That's why he say he raised up the king of Egypt. I mean, we're under the modern day Egyptians. He say he raised up the king of Egypt and let him get all that power so he could show his power when he bring his ass down. All right, let me see. I'm going to get that one. I think it's Psalm 73. They speak lofty concerning oppression. It's somewhere up in here. All right. Here we go. This is it. Psalm 73 and 8. They are corrupt, speaking wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lofty. All right. So that's beautiful, man. Like, bro, the lick that hurts the worst is the one you don't see coming. All right. Because this is what they think about us. All right. When they look at us, this is how they think. That lick is going to be so sweet. All right. It's going to be so sweet. Is that Wisdom of Solomon 5? This is it. All right, here we go. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. Well, all right, I'm going to start at the top. Then shall the righteous man stand great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him. And that's what we're doing right now, man. We're coming in the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, and speaking boldly against America, the ones that have afflicted us, okay? And made no accounts of their labors. They don't make no accounts of our labors. They count us as nothing, all right? As less than nothing. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. You see what I'm saying? All that power that they have, when they see us arise, and they're going to be stricken with fear. That's why it's so good to see them high and lofty right now. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So before all they look for, when they see all these great ships the size of cities, blotting out the sun and coming to deliver us the day of the Lord, I mean, they're going to be terrified. They're going to be shooting nukes at it. And when you look at Independence Day, they ain't going to be doing shit to them, okay? And they repenting and groaning for anguish of the spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh and his lot among the saints? You see what I'm saying? So they count us as nothing. That's what puts them in the trick bag, man. The day gonna come when they're gonna be like, well, damn, we was fucked up. We tripping. All right? That's why they're in the motherfucking trick bag, man. Because when the bully falls, he falls hard, man. Okay? So, let me go to Isaiah 10 and 5. All right? This is Isaiah 10 and 5. O Assyria, the rod of my anger, and the staff in the hand is my indignation. All right? So the Most High put this devil in the power and to be a rod of indignation upon the children of Yasharallah for disobedience, for insubordination, for transgressing his laws, his ordinances, and so on and so forth. I would send him against a hypocritical nation. That's you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth. You are fucking hypocrites, man. All right? And the joy of the hypocrite was only for a moment. That's talking about this devil, but that's also talking about the state we were in this life and in lives past, all right? And against the people of my wrath, I will give him charge. All right? The so-called white man has been given charge by Yahweh Shema Shai to vex us, all right, and destroy us and to take us down, okay? And to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. And when you look at hardcore slavery and the condition of our people now, we're at the mire of the streets. We're at the bottom of the totem pole with this devil lording over us with a clawed iron fist, man. Okay? But this is all the Most High's workings, man. All right? And though he was angry with us for a season, all right, and he's here to discipline us. He discipline those he loves. This is what he's going to do after he's through using that whipping stick. What he's going to do with that whipping stick, let's see. All right? Let's see what's going to end up happening to that whipping stick that he used. He gonna throw that motherfucker away. He gonna throw that bitch down. This is Isaiah 30 and 30. All right. And Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and show the lightning down of his arm, and the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. For through the voice of Yahweh shall the Assyrian be beaten down with smoke with the rod. So he gonna fuck over that rod when he get through with it, man. Because he's just used that rod to bring us back into our right mind. All right, once we get back in our right minds, and we know, all right, we'll never transgress against Yahweh Shem Shai again, man. This has been purity hell we went through. All right. And then when you go back to the garden and say you ate this fruit so you can know both good and evil. So when you become a king and a priest in the kingdom to come, you know, we're going to know both sides of the spectrum. All right. We're going to know what evil is. All right. So what the Most High is going to do with that rod, he's going to throw that bitch down, man. All right. He's going to beat that rod down. All right. And in every place where the grounded staff shall pass, which Yahweh shall lay upon him, it shall be with tabrets, harps, and in battle of shaking will he fight with it. Okay? So the Most High is going to take this kingdoms down, man. It got old Negro spirit, Satan, he's going to tear Satan's kingdom down, man. All right? In the scripture, when you see the Assyrians, all right, Babylon, all right, all of these great kingdoms that had us in derision, all of those America, man. All right. Back then, American name wasn't created, man. The English language wasn't even created. So it's spiritual Assyria. You could call America the same way the Assyrians oppressed us. That's the same way our people were oppressed here in America. The same way the Babylonians oppressed us. That's the same way our people were oppressed here in America. That's why when you read Revelation 11 and say this place is called spiritual Edom, it's called spiritual Sodom. All right, because there's sin as a Sodom around this bitch, man. All right, homosexuals could go get married lawfully according to this society. All right, and that's why the Most High is going to tear this kingdom down. Although he used them to discipline us, he's going to turn on them and tear their asses up, man. They're in the trick bag. And I'm going to leave out with this precept in Ezekiel 25 and 12. And it reads, Thus saith Yahweh our power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon him. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh our power, I will stretch out of mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make desolate from Tema and then Dedan, and they shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Yasharallah, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people. We will have retribution, recompense, revenge. That's the patience and the faith of the saints, man, according to Revelation, the 13th chapter. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? So with you Native American, Latin-speaking, so-called Negro man, the Most High is going to raise up a remnant, 12,000 from each tribe, to tear down this devil's kingdom, man. All right? Behind our great king, of course, who's going to deliver us and give us that power and that dominion and majesty he has. So this devil's in the trick bag. I hate to keep sounding redundant. When you see this devil ruling like a green bay tree, don't envy him. All right? Don't envy thy oppressor. Don't choose none of his ways, because he going down. And if your hand join in hand with him, you're going to drink of the same cup that he's going to drink. All right? So don't take on these Babylonian philosophies, man, because this place will pollute you. All right? Be holy. Separate yourself from this society. Get to a GMS camp near you and get fed the bread of life, man. All right? These rivers of living water, man. All right? And Seek Yahweh Shem Awashai in the time where he may be found. And that time is dwindling. The doors of the ark are closing. So with that, I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahushai, pushing his troop across the four winds. Kwam Yasharala, Abba, Abba.